Welcome to The Explainer. I am so incredibly pumped to have you here today because, well, we're doing something a little bit different this time around. We are playing Digital Detective. We're taking a deep investigative dive into a highly anticipated, yet frankly incredibly secretive software launch called CommissionOS. Because they've kept things under lock and key, we're going to build a complete picture from the ground up using only verified data, structural clues, and honestly, some serious analytical sleuthing. So grab a notebook and get ready, because this is an absolutely fascinating case study in how to navigate the modern software market. To kick things off, let's look at the absolute only piece of verified marketing copy we could independently extract from the product site. It's their meta description, and it simply says, AI tool that does 90% of your CPA work for you. Now that is a bold claim, right? It promises near total automation for cost per action affiliate marketing. It's exactly the kind of hook that immediately grabs your attention and frankly opens your wallet.
But here's where our investigation hits its very first major twist. What do you do when the sales page itself is essentially unreadable from the outside? When we tried to analyze the CommissionOS website, we quickly realized it's a JavaScript-rendered single-page app. Basically, this means all the core marketing copy, these specific feature claims, and all that crucial fine print were entirely hidden from standard research tools. We literally had to rebuild the truth of what this product actually is entirely from scratch.
Okay, so here is our roadmap for today's investigation. We're going to cover 1, the CommissionOS mystery, 2, verified app features, 3, the full pricing funnel, 4, critical missing information, 5, the CPA niche reality, and finally 6, our final verdict and next steps.
Let's jump into Section 1, the CommissionOS mystery, a hidden sales page.
Because we just don't have access to the traditional sales copy, we're committing to radical transparency for this explainer. We are only going to discuss what we can definitively, absolutely prove. For instance, we know exactly when this is hitting the market. Live dashboard data confirms the launch date of July 17, 2026, at 10 a.m. Central Time. So the countdown clock is absolutely ticking, and the launch is very real. But the standard sales information that usually comes with a release like this, mysteriously veiled.
And why exactly is it so veiled? Well, it's not because the website is broken. Actually, scratch that. The site is technically highly functional, but it's built on a no-code platform that straight up blocks automated content extraction. The result? We have absolutely no extractable sales copy, 0 verifiable descriptions of how these features actually work, and absolutely no visible testimonials or initial pricing claims anywhere on that front-facing page. Our traditional research methods were completely shut out at the front door.
Moving right along to Section 2, verified app features, structural evidence.
Now, a good digital detective doesn't give up that easily, right? We just found another way in. We dug deep into the site's internal navigation architecture, and bingo! We found our first actual visual evidence that the product exists. We uncovered the promised application interface for CommissionOS, which spans both desktop and mobile layouts. You can clearly make out menus for funnels, automations, contacts, and analytics. I gotta say, it looks pretty slick. But more importantly, it absolutely confirms there's a real software interface sitting right there behind that blocked sales page.
By pulling those internal page structures, we managed to verify a truly massive list of integrated tools. We're talking a content generator, an offer analyzer, landing and pro push builders, done-for-you campaigns, an offer finder, and even a CPA network approval guide bundled up with traffic academies. Honestly, this tells us a lot. This isn't just some flimsy single-page gimmick. The sheer architecture of it suggests a genuine, wide-ranging CPA operating system that's designed to handle multiple different facets of an entire marketing business.
We even found a step-by-step framework living right inside the app. It's this 7 simple step setup checklist to help users launch their very first CPA campaign. It systematically guides you from connecting your network credentials all the way to building out a full roadmap. But we have to be completely objective here. While we have definitively confirmed that these tools and menus exist in the navigation, the actual quality and real-world effectiveness of these tools remain entirely unverified. We know what they're called for sure, but we don't know how well they actually work yet.
All right, Section 3, the full pricing funnel, uncovering hidden costs.
And that brings us to the money. Because we couldn't read the sales page, we went and extracted the hard numbers directly from the live affiliate dashboard, and what we found there was highly revealing. Some of our internal source notes claimed only this is OTO, meaning just one-time offer. But the dashboard data tells a completely different story. It reveals a massive funnel.
You start at the front end for $27, but then boom, you are hit with an AI funnel builder for $67, DFY campaigns, push monetization, traffic mastery, an agency license for $97, and finally a VIP bundle for $247. We're talking about an 8-item deep pricing funnel here.
Think about that for a second. If a buyer were to click yes to every single upgrade in that funnel and purchase the VIP bundle, the absolute maximum out-of-pocket spend skyrockets to an astonishing $549.
So, what's the crucial takeaway? That heavily marketed $27 front-end price is quite literally just the tip of the iceberg. Buyers need to be incredibly cautious and fully self-aware here. A low barrier to entry is hiding a very deep and potentially very expensive funnel just beneath the surface.
Let's slide into Section 4, Critical Missing Information, What Remains Unknown.
It is time to directly contrast the structural data we managed to extract with the vital details that are still completely missing from the public eye. On one side, we have our verified data. We know the pricing funnel, we know the internal ab structure, and we know the exact launch date. But compare that against our critical unknowns. We do not know the refund policy. We do not know the license terms, like does that $27 version let you sell to clients, or do you have to buy the $97 agency upgrade? We don't know the specific sales claims, and most alarmingly, we do not know the creator's identity.
Let's pause on that, because this is a massive red flag. In all the software launches we've investigated in this Explainer series, this is the very first one where literally no vendor name could be found anywhere online. Not hiding in the code, not in the dashboards, not in third-party reviews, nothing. A completely anonymous creator asking for potentially hundreds of your dollars requires immense buyer caution.
Section 5. The CPA Niche Reality. Industry Context.
To really understand why caution is so important here, let's zoom out a bit. If you're going to use a tool like CommissionOS, you absolutely need to understand the environment it operates within. The reality of cost-per-action marketing is that even the most incredible futuristic AI-powered software in the world is completely useless if you cannot get approved by the CPA networks to run their offers. Real networks track clicks, unique IPs, and conversion rates incredibly closely. They require strict manual vetting. They don't just let anyone in through the front door, which is a major hurdle that sales pages in this niche often conveniently ignore. And the actual math of this industry? It is unforgiving. Real conversion data shows that thousands of clicks often yield just fractions of a percent in actual conversions. The CPA niche is notorious industry-wide for overstated automation and exaggerated income claims. So when a meta description promises an AI tool that does 90% of your work for you, we have to view that claim with extreme neutrality and a really healthy dose of skepticism until it can be explicitly, undeniably proven.
And that brings us to Section 6, Final Verdict and Next Steps, How to Proceed.
Based on all our investigative work today, how should you actually handle the CommissionOS launch? Well, because of the unprecedented lack of transparent, verifiable sales copy, we simply cannot responsibly endorse this product feature by feature. What we are providing you today is a structural map. We've shown you the box, the framework, and the hidden costs. But remember, a map is not an endorsement of the terrain. Therefore, our strictly impartial action plan for prospective buyers is this. Step 1. If you are genuinely curious, purchase the $27 front end only. Step 2. Once the page goes live, read the actual sales claims with your own 2 eyes before spending another dime. And Step 3. Test the core software thoroughly. Keep your wallet absolutely closed to those expensive one-time offers until you have unequivocally proven the tool actually works for your business. Start small and verify everything. We've laid out the clues, the hidden costs, and the missing pieces. Now the final decision rests completely with you. With the potential $549 funnel waiting just behind the scenes and a completely anonymous creator at the helm, the question is, are you ready to do your own detective work before hitting that buy button? Stay sharp out there, stay focused, and I will see you on the next